We wanted to be the baby.
Yeah, y'all honeymoon.
Yeah.
My sweet factory. Great.
At this Marguerite campaign, we order our own food and seafood and stuff, huh?
They do have their own, but we have a fact-finding tour. It's a nice place.
We can buy it.
Yeah. I don't know what they're having.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh, then we should go out tomorrow during the day.
Well, what's this place next to that crossing to the sea? This is crabs is just there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
If they just want seafood, they go right down here fishing if you want.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is it
now
right
right
there,
Boulevard
you
on
think?
Military.
No, right, Northampton Boulevard,
Okay.
all the way, right down, how many like?
Is there a fishing?
Yes, girl, right there, down the street.
I didn't know they had one on
Right,
this
what,
side.
everything that fishermen want to have. No, over in there.
You just go in and get them and take them
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's fine. Place there, it's a car.
There's some truth in it. Hey!
What's the name of it?
I wonder what they doing now.
Did you go by the hospitality?
No,
That's up there.
Open?
Yeah, 531.
Had memories down there, and write it down.
That's why I want to go real quick before I forget.
Oh my gosh, look, get a shot of this. Look at all this stuff. Maybe say I
Give us another table. You see, you gonna check to see if we can get us another table?
Yeah, I'll check and see if you can.
See, we can get a table and set it right down here.
All right. You are going to have a huge car. You gonna think? Girl, y'all be up throw me out of Read. Put your glasses on. That's what I have in the car. You can't separate okay. That's from when? 25th reunion? Yeah. Beautiful.
Susan's banquet's going to be down to talk to you about.
Okay.
We don't have it.
All right, thank you.
Where is this from? That's from Joanne Smith. It's supposed to check out tomorrow. This is our picture from 85. But it's so beautiful. I love that picture. I just talked to her.
Thank you. The manager that will be taking care of that in the staff meeting right now. Probably
I know I gave it out to him, and I got it. Oh, Rick, it was on the t-shirt. I got it. I told Lee to win. Then you know what I did.
Wake TV 10.
Major red. And then we did have a fun time. I know, somebody else. What did we say? Well, welcome to the class of 1960. And we allowed, as these ladies were all members of the class, I'm just visiting with them.
But if they say yes, I'll have to run you down.
You'll hold on to your phone.
Put you down.
I got that. I got K and P. I got K and P there.
I got small and large.
When you finish your shoes, you put them on.
They are pain. These are their hands. Yeah, we're trying to get the bed. They do. Feel like a good yeah, we go to schools and get back. Oh, it's shaky. It's shaky. Get nervous. We go to schools and how many times did you take it? Okay. We don't know how many children, but I don't have a bit. You know, this age of time, we don't have to spend. Yeah. But I mean, I could call them. Okay, then look, now you have a box for the I didn't know where I am. Oh, that's local address you are. Yeah, that's your address. So even if it's in Cleveland? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Contact Earl and Susan. Okay.
What's this, at the 5 minute place?
Okay,
That's okay.
yeah. I'm gonna scratch it right here. Yeah, just a scratch. That's your packet. We just made it up. So that's my name right there. What you want to feel it? Yeah.
No, this is apartment number, different.
Quality. Quality all the way. That's who we are. Y'all shut out of that. The only way you get a meeting, you come and have food. Oh, okay. I got the meeting stuff. Oh, no. Wait, we got to disturb the job is right now. You will have to keep up. You know. What kind of way to get these kind of stuff? You want somebody to come and help you fold? Yes, ma'am.
I was about to come and fold. I didn't stop
I like this class.
What you doing, okay? Huh? But you're in DC. Your name?
Anybody want to pay $9? Because that doctor is over without you having, I made that money up from and the other side of the dance. The white ticket, the white kind of comfort ticket. Okay, that's for fun. The white omit one, that's for the dinner. And the two red tickets, we have the bus to take us down to the dock and back. One to go down and one to come back, okay?
No, I know it's not.
Okay, then come on.
Stand here. Come right here with you. And then you put your colors what you need. Like a one bar color, small bar, whatever. Until you really go.
No, I'm not going. I'm gonna stop now.
What time you gonna go on it? Get ready. I think I'm open at 6. She's bigger on it. Make a roll.
Yeah. Okay. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay, did that get me?
Anniversary, great class reunion at Harvard Cafe.
So they can be put on either way.
They dual side, you go one side. Let him take it to people like me. Take me. Hey! Oh, you Take them all, take them all. Stop! Make sure you get her. Get that lady right there. That lady right there. Say what? Let me do it again. I messed up this time. Huh? Hey, Jimmy, do it again. Come on, black brother. How you doing, my boy? I got my residue up here on top. I'm here today. What's the guy here on the left?
It was on that exit, so
right on with you, boss. Yeah, all night, come on, slow down.
class, we give the support, but I think support also means, additionally to financial support, providing support to the home committee here. And I think there's some things that we who are from out of town can do a little more actively to relieve the folks who kind of year-round for 5 years stay involved in planning. Now, planning is a little tough for folks that are out of town, but when it comes down to who's going to be at the building to take tickets, to attend the bar, all those kind of things, I think we can participate a little more active. We can become more active in helping out and making sure that we don't have 4 or 5 people who wind up taking the whole burden, and they don't enjoy themselves. Right. So we gotta think about that too. I just wanted to add that one point.
This is next time to where we're going on Thursday night, and let it be based on some kind of input as to where we really will enjoy ourselves.
Oh, okay. I'm jumping. It came out of the class and it was voted on, and there was some, but several of the class members had gone too, and we have some people who still hang right tough, and they had gone, and it's not maybe what we've had in the past, but it was a little different twist. But the class went on and voted that that's where we were going to go, so it was some consensus now. There was no the picture session. Liz, are you in the room? All right. Well, we're going to have to be timely tonight when we come in for the dinner, and we're going to have to get the program done because we got a window of 1 hour between the time we finish dinner and the time that we actually kick off the dance. I mean, we'll have the public coming in, if you will, for the dance. And in that hour, we have to get the class picture taken.
You know, some of us didn't like somebody else or whatever, but I think through the years, from what I've heard, the people who have planned have made a real honest effort to keep the class together and to really put on a timely reunion. I've lived in other places, and I know I've been to a couple of reunions, and they were nothing like what you all are doing here. It was a one-night affair, and that was the end of it. So I think you need to give your fellow class members a big hand. And
We've got the program tonight, things that will be said and done at the meeting, and you are absolutely correct. One of the things I try to do, but I have found that all our people that goes to that we'll talk about that some more.
the other thing, David, when you mail out your notices the next time, sometimes the people out of town either get them or they don't get the second notice. You might include on the bottom of that things that you need people to do. I mean, we can call long distance, I might get you or get somebody, but we don't actually know what you have open. If there's some way we can maybe assist by contacting somebody else or something, just say so. That way we can at least be helpful on the way in.
So you get your name, pass around, I'll come out, we'll talk about it.
I have a suggestion on that. Since we're all here and we're all in a good mood, how everybody can leave some money for thanks. And then you'll have some money for your do this costly to mail the state travel.
Helen had a question. Hold on a second. Helen had a question.
Being from out of town.
Stand up, please.
Being from out of town, when I don't get, until time to come, usually in other things like that, you will mail tickets and hopefully to get, maybe $10 or $20. Say if you have a raffle in January, and this is a 3-month deal, we're going to give you $30 worth of tickets per member to raffle off a ceiling fan. I'm using that for an example. Why not mail $30 worth of tickets for these people out of town too? And hope to get $30 and don't leave all the response on the people just here. If you have 40 people out of town with $30 worth of tickets, and if you can get half of that back, you have accomplished, you know, we're responsible just like they are.
Stella, where are you? Are you writing suggestions then?
You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna raffle off $100 worth of gas, and you said we at home, say you got 3 months to do it, so it's no hurry. So when you start with this, your out-of-town people should get $30 worth of tickets too.
Okay, your point's well taken. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Loretta?
Why can't everybody just donate? Everybody's not in the same financial situation.
Why?
There's not anybody in here that does not spend $25 a year on recreation. Why we just couldn't spend $25 a year, then when reunion, up until the next reunion comes up, you got your money for stamps. I mean, you can spend more if you want to, but there's no everybody in here gonna spend $25 on liquor this year.
Tickets and all. I think everybody here should make a financial commitment today and leave some money here. Don't wait to send it, because when you leave, you might not send it. Leave it while you're here. Make a deal at $10, $15 for everybody. Every year, a little bit of money we can deal with and communicate with each other and getting cards or maybe having something to work with. Make up the money so we can continue to keep up with each other.
We've got a potential motion. Go ahead.
Okay, like
Speak up there.
what Big said about leaving it out, instead of maybe $25 in, before we leave, we all maybe say, collect $5 or $10 and leave that here. And then in the course of the year, we can maybe send the balance or some, the $25, but like now, we can like $10 from everybody.
Okay, Holmes, I got a comment on all this in a minute.
A good time to make that suggestion also would be at the time of the pictures. Just about everybody will be here.
Well, yeah.
Again, let me apologize for the delay. I'm really sorry, but the projector should have been here. I spoke to Lillian last winter, and I did just a short seminar on a cruise. At the time, I was speaking about the new ship on the Carnival Cruise Line, which is called the Fantasy, and that's the small brochure. The Fantasy only has 3- and 4-day cruises. I brought those along because they're brand new. Carnival also has 7-day cruises. I didn't know if you all wanted to spend a whole week on a cruise. I don't know how many have been on a cruise before? And that serve with your meals, all the activities and the entertainment. The only thing that's not included are your gratuities and alcoholic beverages. Okay? The Fantasy is a brand new cruise. She just started sailing in March of this year. She has 3- and 4-day cruise sailings from Miami. For a 3-day cruise, you'll sail from Miami to Nassau, back to Miami. For a 4-day, you'll stop in Freeport, the Grand Bahama Island, and also Nassau. Okay? What we're going to try to do is get a group of you. The more people we can get, the better rate we can get. Okay? Also, if we can get at least 25 cabins, Carnival is willing to give you a complimentary cocktail party while you're on board the ship. Okay, the Fantasy departs every Monday for a 3-day cruise and every Friday for a 4-day cruise. Okay? If you look in the brochure on the Fantasy, it's in the back, which is the Riviera deck, the green shade color, number 4. And the best time to go on a cruise, unfortunately, is not the summertime, which is now. The best time to go on a cruise is September, October, and the first part of November. If you go on a cruise within that time and you have a group, we can get approximately 10 to 15% off the price that's in the brochure. Now, the prices are based on double occupancy, so it's based on 2 people in a cabin. If you have... If you have a cabin with a 3rd or a 4th person in it, the 3rd or the 4th person would only pay the airfare, which is approximately $3.95. for the third and the fourth person. So the more people you can get in the cabin, the less the price, unfortunately. Okay, just to give you some general information, to go on a cruise to the Bahamas, you have to have proof of citizenship. Okay, thanks. Or a U.S. valid passport. You have to have proof of citizenship to go on a cruise. You do not need vaccination shots. Any questions so far? Am I going too fast? Okay. So what? Is there a question?
How long does it take to get a passport?
For a passport, it takes 4 to 6 weeks, but you have to have a birth certificate in order to get your passport. So you could just get a, certified birth certificate, and that will be sufficient. Right, birth certificate. Yeah.
Most of the time we go to hurricane season, are there any equipment well equipped?
I can hear you.
Most of the time we go to hurricane season. Are there any equipment well equipped?
Well, Carnival spends at least $1 million on each ship. If there's a hurricane coming in your direction, I think they kind of detour your trip somewhere else. They're really kept updated as far as the weather's concerned, and if there is a hurricane in your direction, they will, try to detour without interrupting your trip.
Let's go to the summer. Let's go to the summer.
Okay, summertime, June, July, and August is peak season. If you want to go on a cruise in summertime for a group, we can get only 5% off. That's still better than the brochure price. So what you basically need to do is just decide on what date you want to go, let me know, and I can check with Carnival. The more people we can get in the group, the less the rate will be. So if you can get a date in mind, even if it's a tentative date, just to give me an idea to let them know how many people we're going to have, then we can get a pretty good rate.
What's the latest we can give you date?
Well, if you make a deposit by October 31st, 1990 prices are guaranteed. So 1991, the prices are going up. So at least by October, we can have a deposit in the office for Carnival. We would guarantee 1990 prices, so that would save us at least $100, because that's what they usually go up every year.
Deposit, what percentage it costs?
Deposit for a 3-day or 4-day cruise is usually $50 per person. And then the final payment is due to Carnival within 45 days prior to your departure date. And also, some of you live in different cities, and the airfare is included. So what we would do, you all would meet together in Miami. They have a bus to pick you up and take you to the port in Miami. You all board the ship there. So I would just need to know in advance so they can make arrangements for you. Are there any other questions?
What's the cost?
For 4 days? 3 days. It's 4 nights or 3 days. Okay, for a 3-day, if you travel June, July, or August, for 3 days, running $7.15 per person. Then you have to add $28 for your port charges and taxes. Right. For a 3-day cruise, for a group, we can only get a discount from category cabin 4 and up. It's on page 49. Again, it depends on what time of leave you go. If you go in the summer,
We're talking about the summer.
$735.
Okay, and the upper deck?
$775.
Okay, and the Empress deck?
$795.
Okay, and so on. What's the next one? Atlantic deck?
$815. $835. And then $945. So we can get the category 4. For example, we couldn't get category 3 and get a group rate. They won't give us a discount. It has to be category 4 or up. And what you basically pay for on a cruise ship cabin is an inside and outside, or the bed and accommodations.
Everybody has to be on the same deck?
No, not necessarily. If you want to get category 6, that would be fine. And if then someone else wants to get cabin category 4, you don't have to be on the same deck. And you don't have to, fantasy is a little more expensive expensive than the other ships that go on a 3- and 4-day cruise, and that's because she's brand new. You don't have to go on the Fantasy. We also have a choice of the Mardi Gras or the Carnival, and they do the same exact itinerary.
This is our fantasy, to stay along with fantasy.
It's not fantasy to book you on the Fantasy.
Going on a cruise next year. I didn't hear you. By the show of hands, how many people think they'll be interested in going on a cruise next year? That's right, raise your hand. So you know how to start dealing with it. Okay. Now we need to think about a month. And I know most people want to have a reunion time like all the time.
New Orleans. That's a lot of fun. It's in Nassau. I think it's in the last, like, 12 months long. It is from July to August.
Okay, September. Just get back to it. I never thought about it. Yeah.
It's cheaper the first of December, but not around Christmas. It's really expensive for Christmas Day.
What about after Christmas? What about right after?
Like in January?
Christmas is the 25th. What about from the 26th, say, or something like that, between Christmas and New Year?
It's really expensive from the 23rd of...
That's true.
Like the end of June, 1st of July. The 1st of July.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Yeah. We need to go on with the reunion month because we all make time to come to the reunion, so we should go with the reunion month. Only make it a little bit early. Like earlier, about all later, we were about a week later with the reunion. Yeah. The first is something that's in August. Yeah. What you think about that? Yeah. By the show of hands. 7 weeks ago. Okay, we just want to get an idea so we know how to start working with it. Okay?
classmates, and friends. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you here tonight. It has been 5 years since our last reunion, and all of you look happier, healthier, and younger than before. Enjoy the evening, and again, welcome one and all.
I tried to find out and ask the question directly. He said it's 1940-ish. As you know, Mr. Southall is a social studies teacher, and what he really likes to do is what he's doing. He's still at the school, soon to retire. He can retire a year if he so chooses, but he likes to teach. He dabs in photography, likes to travel. He's done a little bit of Mexico, Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls. Said he didn't get married at Niagara Falls, but his wife, Eunice Southall, is still they're still together. She's a Norfolk native and teaches in the is a principal rather in the Portsmouth school system. Mr. Horace Southall Williams, who was our class president. She recently had foot surgery. You can't see it, but she's with us tonight with just a little bit of discomfort. Doing all right because she's up and around. I mean, she walked in and got one of the front shoes on, but she's going to get another, the other foot done later on. But she had to come and be with us tonight. She is retired. She has retired, and I sort of envy her because she and her sister are always on a boat somewhere. Since she's retired, she's done 5 cruises. Her sorority, which is AKA, and she's in a sorority singing ensemble. And she enjoys arts and crafts, and at one time was the accompanist for a senior instrumental group that went around to other centers performing. She is very active in her church, and her church is Grace Episcopal Church. I learned something. I was with her niece in South Carolina for vacation last week, and Miss Jackson, I was going to surprise you and tell you that I knew the nickname, but for the life of me, I'm not going to embarrass you up here and call it. The only reason is because I can't remember. But Gloria gave me the name, and I wrote it, and I didn't bring it down. I don't have it. At any rate, No, that's not it. It starts with a P.
No, David.
What?
Jackson.
She's trying to get
Oh.
She's trying to get
Oh, it's Punchy. Punchy Jackson. Ernest's mother. Let's give all of our sponsors who are with us. Well, Rose Hyman to come forward, and this is probably the solemn part of the evening. We have had some class members who have passed, and
Good evening. Before we get started, we would like for you to enter in your prayers a prayer for Harold Churchill and any other classmates that could not make it here because of illness or something else has come out. Please put him in your prayers. The following deceased are Herbert Atkins, Helen Harris Ballard, Elaine Ruff Bowden, Riley Exich, Barbara Anderson Falson, Douglas Gray, Bernard Harris, Rosalind Thornton Jackson, Francis Johnson, William Lawrence, Rosetta Miller, Cornelius Pittman, Irvin Howell, Jean Savage, Judith McQueen, ever close in mind and heart, no further away than a picture, a smile, a remembered phrase, our loved ones live in memory, so close in so many ways. But how often does a sunset bring the nostalgic thought to mind, a moment that our loved ones shared and days now left behind? How often has a flower or a crystal autumn sky brought golden recollections of happy days gone by? Yes, memory has a magic way of keeping loved ones near. Ever close in mind and heart are the ones we hold most dear. We miss our classmates, but they are with us for our reunion of 1990. Now bow your heads and have a silent prayer. Amen.
A selection under the direction of Liz Vaughn with the 1960 class ensemble.
Working with my former classmates. It's been an experience. Who didn't even join the choir till the last half of the semester. He was in the band all the time. But little did we know he did have a voice. And Mr. Green found him before he left Booker T. Elsa Fitzgerald's going to lead Ain't Got Time to Die. You may know him as James Myers. But this is Ain't Got Time to Die.
Lord, keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Keep so busy praising my Jesus. Ain't got time to die. Oh, when I'm healing the sick, when I'm healing the sick, I'm praising my Jesus. When I'm healing the sick, I'm praising my Jesus. Ain't got time to die. All of my time, praise my Lord.
Next on the program, you know, sometimes you meet people in a lifetime that are special people, and this person, Lavelle Bond, in my opinion, is very, very special in that he can do something that I don't know that too many other people can do. And that is, he's got a steel trap mind. And if you ever did something, but they'll remember. We were together in Washington last summer, and Lavelle walked up to Richard Williams and called his phone number. And I'm saying, that's 30 years old. How did you do that kind of thing? That's the good news. Now the bad news is Lavelle is a smut monger. He remembers all the things that we did that weren't so good. So I don't know what's to come, but we're going to take a look at the past, and hopefully we don't get fried or roasted too much. Lavelle Bond.
Brian told me to make it short, so I'm going to be as dutiful as one of his deacons to Richard. Good evening, class of 1960. Please bear with me, and I'm going to ask Reverend Quincy Scott to pray with me as I attempt to perform my assigned task this evening. Elizabeth Vaughn, I want to give her another hand, because I've been calling this sister the hardest working person in show business. I was minding my own business hanging out in Cincinnati last week when she called me to give me a task, and she asked me to provide some insights, read that gossip, dirt, rumors, smut, and all these other kinds of things on our class. But then she said, remember that the sponsors will be here, there will be some kids here, and I was quiet, very studious.
That's true.
And only involved in the most, I guess, innocent and growthful. Very involved in the church and Boy Scouts, and the Science Club. Spent a lot of time at the library, but most of all, those who knew me knew I didn't dip in other people's business. And I still don't, right, Barbara? But after about half hour, Liz, in her own way, convinced me to try to do this. So I'm going to attempt to share very briefly, Reverend Kern, a glimpse at the past. Well, as soon as I agreed to do it, I did a couple of things as I approached my task. First thing I did is I convened the editorial staff of the great Booker T. Washington Clarion, the editorial staff who managed the portion called The Peeper. Remember the famous paper that everybody couldn't wait to read when we got to Clarion? Second thing I did was that I purchased some insurance to protect me from defamation, libel, and character suits. And I want anybody who feels liable, there's a clause in my insurance policy that says you have to file the claim and have it postmarked within 5 minutes after I finish my time. Okay, so much for the background. I want you to just come back with me now to reflect on some of the key moments of the journey of our class of 1960. As I reflect on the journey of the class of 1960, our class hit Booker T. Washington High School in September of 1957 as a very enthusiastic and eager bunch. We really wanted to get off to a good start. And we learned a couple of things right away. That the first thing that we learned as a key to success that we observed after Boo Boo Purry got slam dunked by violating this, we learned that if you ever went into Miss E.L. Smith's class as a boy without having your collar buttoned to the top, you couldn't get in. The second thing that we learned that was very important is that boy or girl, always address C.F. Jones as Mrs. C.F. Jones versus Miss C.F. Jones. Well, our class was indeed the best and the brightest across all measures. We had very brilliant students. If any of our members that are here tonight who were members of the National Honor Society or our class officers, would you please stand for acknowledgement? Academic institution that spent all of our time and put our priority against academics as well as developing individuals to service, we found time to compete athletically. For those of us who were members of varsity athletic teams, will you please stand? For the record, that was great and all the formal stuff for their campus. We're talking about the landmark of the Green Grass Hotel, also known as the golf course. There was rumor that from time to time a few romantic interludes took place. And Phyllis Harvard, members of that group, also produced the lyrics to our alma mater that we'll be singing later this evening. We also had an outstanding aggregation called the Quarter Notes, featuring our own Little Richard Tootie Fruity Williams, and who could ever forget the poignant love story told in their smash hit record? I want you to close your eyes and reflect with me on the lyrics to this very passionate love song. Oh, Punkanella. Oh, Punkanella. Oh, Punkanella. Let me be your fella. Oh, Punkanella. Oh, Punkanella. Oh, Punkanella. I love you. Up to her chin. Our students decided early what they wanted to be, and their behavior demonstrated very dramatically that fact. For example, Melvin Joyner made an early commitment to music. But I knew it was programmed music that you were doing. Last night, Connie Parker mentioned that we have 4 ministers in the class, and while the fact that Weldon Staten and Quincy Scott may have surprised some of us, everyone knew for sure, based on their deportment and behavior when we were at Booker T, that Reverend James Screwball Edwards and Reverend Melvin Brown were destined to be outstanding ministers. We were patriotic way to say this. I tried to clean up this word, but I can't because it is a proper name that one of our classmates has taken on. Piss Johnson's hero was Colonel Lee. None of us knew at the time when he said that Colonel Lee was his hero that he wasn't talking about a distinguished soldier, but mentioned by Baby Boone and some of her friends of a concept that later became the basics for an outstanding government program. You remember punches that we had to get to ride the school bus? Baby and some of her partners found a way to strip the punches down so thinly that they could part them without tearing, and it would take the one half of the punch, sell it for lunch money. This concept later became the basic model for the food stamp program. In fact, I learned last night from Ellen Davidson that Baby Boone finally stopped using punches last year. I understand that last year she finally decided to learn how to drive and bought herself a car. Okay, let me close this journey by leaving two yet unsolved mysteries that our staff was unable to come up with. We sat around for a long time going, but we still couldn't solve it. One question was, why did we all do whatever was necessary, including hitchhike, get in the trunks of cars, to go into Seaview Beach without paying the 25 cents for admission, and it never crossed our mind to take swimsuits or even go down to the water? Secondly, why was there a Chinese restaurant in a black neighborhood? The biggest seller was not a Chinese dish, but small smoke money. While our staff will leave it to you to solve these possibly unsolvable mysteries, there's really no mystery relative to what makes the class of 1960 so special. We stuck together over the past 33 years from 1957 until this point because of a couple of straightforward things. A tremendous amount of abiding love and caring. Class of 1960, I love you very deeply, and thanks for being such an important part of my life.
Tell Ernest Anthony to come up. Ernest, where are you? We have some presentations that we'd like to make. Right now.
Years, I didn't know that was a golf course. Good evening. Honored guest, class member, friends. I've been given the opportunity to give recognition once again to the honor graduates of our class. Since I wasn't there the first time, and they're all here except for a few this time. I guess you guys know I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to it. If I'm not ad-libbing, I just can't do it. All right, what I'd like to do is to have, call the names of the honor graduates, and if they would stand, if they're not too far in the back, come forward and accept, again, another certificate of honor. Richard Williams. I'd like to collect 35% after this for these certificates. And I don't take them out for Now I'd like to give honorable mention for those that are Valletta Jones, Thelma Halstead, Rochelle Ambrose, Eloise Davis, Wyoma Gaskin, Weldon State, Robert Harrell, Tony Tyson, and Ernest Hand. Oh, no. Okay. I'd like for everyone to give a nice round of applause for those honor students and give them all the chairperson of the reunion committee who put forth a lot of effort to get this little fun fest together. Ms. Lee, brother. Honor her with these roses for planning, coordinating, beating us to death, calling us all hours of the night, running errands, and everything else. Ladies, thanks.
Put your program on.
As chairperson of the Booker T. Washington High School class of 1960, thanks and welcome to our 30th-year reunion. Many, many thanks to our planning committee who worked hard and pulled long hours to make this reunion a success. Will Stella Brooks, James Bolden, and David King please come forward? This is a token of my appreciation to you. Stella, my left hand. And Bobo, the negotiator, the surpriser, the gifted gab, and the mouth.
Special good time.
Last but not least, I would like to make a special thanks to my husband, who has been so understanding and patient. He took a lot of shortcomings. I can recall him telling me one day, quote, "Listen, Mrs. Brothers, if you gotta do that, you can resign from your position now." I love you. May God bless all of you. Again, thanks and welcome.
Just stand. Everybody. Oh yeah. We have. Yeah, there are a couple of reasons that my remarks will be very quick. I was not planning on saying a thing. That's number one, and David has told me I only have a minute. It's just great having this class together. It's interesting that I try to explain to people back home what this is all about. They can't relate to it. And as MC Hammer said, and I had to quote MC tonight. Got it. Can't touch this. No, I ain't through yet. I guess all I'd like to say is we really ought to keep, as Lavelle
said, the love that we have in this class, whatever we do, let's not let that get away. I love this class very much. Let's stay together, okay? Thank you. The alma mater, Liz is at the piano, because can we handle that one? The most, after 30 years, the most of us remember?
Well, the students have
Okay, and I didn't really, yeah. And David Williams will come up and give the benediction after we finish with the alma mater. The picture will be taken by class members. Please stay in this room and let's get this picture taken. The photographer's here. We got to get this table broken down and get the picture taken so that the band can get in here and get set up. So we need to do that expeditiously. Do not leave, go somewhere with the thought of coming back to get into the picture. Let's do it right after we finish. Church tomorrow morning is at First Baptist, Butte Street. The Reverend Quincy Scott, who made it, is in the room, will be the speaker. The dance for tonight, we would like to have this room cleared and everybody on the other side of the table that's sitting out across the hall down at the beginning of the ballroom, if you would be so kind. Liz, would you lead us in the alma mater?
and whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. Amen.
I want people to see first. Then I want everybody that all they have to see is give up first. Okay, now, let me see. You ladies and gentlemen, put those chairs in there. That's what they do. That's what they have to see. That's what the ladies have to go away. So back in, listen to those now. Now let a young lady, one young lady on the end, stand right in front of the gentleman, right in there, make them look good. Walk up on the okay now, that's how the other lady walk up now. I was facing that back on down. Let her come down now. Let her walk right. Yes. Stagger now. Come on, another young lady. Turn your shoulders, my man. Back up and turn your shoulders. Don't give me your front. I don't want no front look out. Back up, just a little. Yes, there you go. Now let the young lady come right in here. Let her come right in here. Okay, some of you ladies on this end walk up now. Same thing over here. Turn your shoulders, man. Turn your shoulders this way, young man. The other way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Now, let the young lady walk right in here. Let her walk up. Have her walk right in. Let her come in. All right. What do you man? Come in here. What do y'all give me here?
still having fun. 1960, the top of Booker T segregated school class. I'm just going to note that this is the class of 1960.
about sugar, I'm talking about legal. I love to have fun. Okay, now I'll tell you what. First of all, I would like to introduce y'all to my bands. Yes. And these are the fantastic, sweet chocolate chips, ladies and gentlemen. I have on my hand for. I don't think they like y'all. Y'all don't have to give too much of a hand here. Anyway, we want to have some fun. Band, you better get down. Yeah. And these teeth right here, that's why he smiles so much. I paid good money for teeth, baby. I paid out for them. That's why he smiles. Don't take them out now. Take them out later when we're done. Okay. Now, pay $500 for a t-shirt. We got good pictures too. That was a good baby. Okay, now, y'all ready to get down? Hit me 5 times! Ow! Let's face it. Ooh, that felt good. Ooh, yeah, this guy made me peek on myself. Child, you ought to try this. Now, tell you what, hit me 5 times lightly. Oh, good God, man. Try me. Okay. I'm ready to go to work. Walk, walk, loo, walk, 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 walk.
I think it's time to get a little bit. Buzz! Yes! Hit me one time! Buzz! Yes! Yes! Did you have it 2 times? I love obedient men. Did they obey the 60 ladies? Buzz!
Yes.
Oh, no. I bet you said yes in 1960, didn't you? Fellas! Hit me 3 times! Well, come on and let's get busy!
very special to me because they were juniors when I was a senior. And they're here today celebrating their 30th year reunion weekend. Please stand. Register downstairs. Would you please stand at this time? Here at First Baptist Church, we realize that the loneliest feeling ever is to be alone in a crowd. And that is why one of the happiest moments in our worship service is when we pause to welcome you, our visitors. Church that is far, far away. And the sign read, 7 days without church makes 1 week. And so I thought this was very interesting. Play on words. 7 days without church, without coming to. And that is why we are so happy that you chose to worship with us this morning. We hope that the hymns that are sung, the prayers that are prayed, and the sermon that is preached, and the fellowship that you receive here will help make you spiritually strong. Please come thou with us, and we will do thee good. We thank you so much for worshiping with us, and please remain standing for remarks from our
great words with us, as well as introducing our visiting friends. We don't want to count you as visitors, but just friends we haven't met. And we are just delighted. We are happy glad that you have chosen to worship with us this day. We trust that the Lord's richest blessings will be yours as we feel blessed by your presence. Join with us as we worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. Our deacons are near you. They're going to extend a very, very warm hand of fellowship and friendship, and I hope you will reciprocate by doing likewise. Very happy to have the family reunion here today of the Lomax and Dudley family. Thank you for your presence, and certainly remember and continue to buy you His love and your love will continue to grow. And also the class of 1960. You haven't changed a bit. Still looking great. Amen. May God bless you. If you may read by our deacon's face. All the friends we see visiting with us, we're happy to see you. Certainly feel blessed by your presence.
I would like to go on record and say, I'm Elizabeth Custom from Houston Show of Jenny. I belong to the Union Baptist Church of W.C. Brother.
All right. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. God bless you. God bless you. Good morning, everyone. My brothers and sisters, it feels so good to be in the house of the Lord. I believe that's what that song was talking about. All the 122nd Psalm is coming back over that here and look back at the song, whistling dome on the temple. You should say amen. I'm sure his classmates are glad to have him share as they're worshiping with us today. And we're happy to have his family with us. His wife Connie, also in the service. I guess somewhere along the line they're going to be coming out together. They put their time together. He's already 20 plus years. And she's working on hers. And they're all, somehow they're going to merge together, come down together. Amen. And his mom's here, isn't she? Amen. All right. Bless her heart. Sister Josephine Scott. It's good to see her. His sister Judy and his brother Tom. Amen. I'll just call him Tom right now. And his son. Good. And also nephews that are here. The whole family. His calls, his aunts. And my God. You got any more family? All of us are part of this family. We're just happy to have him. And as we continue to worship, pray for him, pray with him, and then pray at him as he comes to share the word of the Lord. Marvelous and wonderful gospel. We're going to ask in our prayer to give you some comments about our churches. Because we believe that an informed church is an inspired church. And an inspired church is an informed church. Give me credit when I'm working now. Amen. But we're delighted to have her share with us. She's a well-renowned artist in this area, and she's going to come and bless us with the selection during our offertory period. I want you to sing Sister Connie. Yes, I want this choir. Now, y'all know what I was going to say with the rest of that. I want this choir to sing. Because when you sing, they'll give. Amen. No, we want to be blessed. God is going to bless us through the singing of our choir and also the singing of Sister Connie Parker. May God bless them as we worship the Lord together. I'm going to ask that our ushers will quickly come. We're going to lift two offerings. One will be for the general expenses of our church for its maintenance and also for our missions that is not only local but worldwide, not only touching lives through our caring ministry.
It's a pleasure to be here this morning, especially with all my classmates. It's a pleasure to be here at First Baptist, where there are friends that I see through the audience that I've known also through the years. And I tried to call on a friend of mine to sing for me this morning. When Pat Wise Green called my room this morning at the hotel from the car and asked if I could sing. I couldn't even talk at that moment. So Reverend, I need your prayers. Then I turned to a good friend who I rode with to church this morning, Elizabeth Vaughn Eccles. And she turned around at me and she couldn't talk. But Liz could do this for me. But she looked at me as if to say, go on. He gives you strength to do a lot of things through the week. He gets you up in the morning and he takes you on your way. He lets you sing for your employment. So you take time out for him. He only asks for one day. And he allows us to do everything that we want to do. So it's a pleasure to be in the house of the Lord this morning. So pray for me as I do this one.
Oh God, my Father,
God bless you and pray to continue to smile upon you. I'm going to ask that a member of the Domax...
We thank God bless you in inordinate amount of talent, some of which you have witnessed this morning. Several members of our class were born and raised, not born, but raised in this church. I can't call all the names, but two come to mind immediately. One who is not with us, the Reverend James, who is more affectionately known to us as Screwball Edwards. And Reverend Quincy Scott. We had, at our last count, we had 5 ministers in our class. Amen. And we would like to make a special presentation, a special contribution to the coffers of the church. Thank you very much.
For some 23 years. I cannot recall a time when I have felt as I stand before this congregation. Indeed, there is a sweet, sweet spirit in this place. And I know that it is the presence of the Lord. I am absolutely delighted, First Baptist, to be here this morning. There is a Hasidic story told of an illiterate tailor who went into the synagogue and found those around him immersed. When I was unable to comprehend a lot of things that you get later in the school, and so instead of being up here, the sanctuary, we had a group of children downstairs, and there was a big sandbox. And even though we couldn't understand the words, when they would take those little figures and sit them in the sand, tell us how God loves us. There are times even now in my life when I find it difficult to comprehend all of the spiritual, all of the theological concepts that are before me. I have to go back and get that sandbox that I might understand what the Lord has to say to me and to His world. Prepare to share your word as I prepare to recite the holy alphabet. Lord, you make words better than I can. Take our words and shake them up and make them what they ought to be. When you know our hearts. That our words be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, I pray. Some years ago, the Dunlap Foundation, the Dunlap Publishing House, called together a distinguished panel of noted historians and educators. And they asked this group of people to put together the 100 most important events, the most significant events that have taken place in all of history. Not only were they to put together the list of the 100 most important or most significant events, but they were also being asked to put them in some sequential order from the most important to the least. Somebody used to come back through who had finished college or who had graduated from some place or had made some great stride in life. And you remember how they used to come into the classroom and how the teacher would stop everything and introduce John Jones, who used to be her student some years ago, and how proud she was of what he or she had done. You remember that? Yeah. And every now and then they would have a little letter that somebody had written. And they were so proud of that letter, they would read that letter to the class, and I was sitting in the back saying, okay, I'm glad you got that one, because if you think you're going to get one from me, you better enjoy that letter. Yeah. As the years have gone by, and as I have sat in places where I've sat, a few years ago, when I had completed my work for the day, and I noticed some of the problems that were being experienced by some of my fellow workers who had credentials on the wall but were still having problems with the language. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best, but I moved so many people that might have received that same letter, and some of those people are here in church this morning. And I wasn't thanking her for being a friend. Heaven knows she wasn't bad. But I was thanking her for that time in my life when I needed something more than a friend. When I needed something more than somebody to pat me on the shoulder and let me talk them out of it. I needed somebody who cared. Who cared. And somehow or another, I learned how to make a subject and verb agree. Now, I slip every now and then, but I know the difference. I know the difference. We are recipients. He can take the old and make it new. I tell you that what you told me back when is true. What you told me back when is true. God never promised, said one of our folk. Now, God never promised to save us from the storm. God promised. God promised that He would save us in the storm. Some of us have known some storms. Some of us have known some trials. And some of us have known some tribulations. We're here this morning to bring testimony to God's abiding presence and what God is able to do, even when you're called upon Him in the midnight hour. Let's look at the text real quickly. You know the story. Joseph had one special launching pad to launch Joseph into kingly places. God can do that. God can do that. Don't despair when you're down. Don't despair when you're down. But though we are perplexed, you're not despair. Because God can turn around. God can make it all right for you. God can fix it. You know, when I graduated from school back in as Bill Cosby would say, back in 19, you know, I thought surely the Lord is going to use me in a great big way. I mean, after all, I look who I am. You know, and the world is going to beat its path to my door, and they may have trouble out there now, but just wait till I go to seminary and all, and I get there. I'm going to change the world. Yeah? You remember little David in the scripture? The shepherd boy? You know, we have glorified that job of being a shepherd, but being a shepherd was nothing. I would want to reach out to someone desperately to tell people who I love, and to tell people who love me, that some of us have been traveling this road for a long time. And some of us have come to you this morning victims of a lot of hard knocks. But I tell you this morning, if you give the Lord your hand, if you give the Lord your heart, it might still be rough, but the road will be easy to climb. Because God is walking with you. God is walking with you. Who is the King of glory? Who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty. Who is the King of glory? The Lord who sits up on his throne. The Lord who sits high and who looks low. He is the King of glory. He is the King of kings. He is the Lord of lords.
Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen again. Let the church say amen again. The Lord has blessed us by blessing him, and he in turn has been used of the Lord. Thank God for the message and the messenger. The Lord is more than able. Bless the message. Whatever your condition and situation might be, you've got someone who's on your side that is greater than those who are on the side of the world. My people go.
Nobody there but me. Rent this one out
Matter of fact, that goes down for a range of things.
That's going, that way. I tried to suck my stomach there, Bula. That was for boat. They were all boats going in. That was 1350.
Collecting autographs, I don't want you guys to
Y'all are the right notes like that.
Call her Lee after the talk.
Barbara. Well,
That's what
yeah, spoken. But I'm saying, we were talking from that earlier, and he was saying, I'm enjoying myself. Even though on most people these days I don't know. Well, that's what I'm. Yeah. Well, I'm in 3 pictures on this book. Usually they are. Like I told you, I said, if you read the Bible, Jesus was the one who lead. That's what he. Yeah, but you know what? That's what he finds. Everybody is worried about Vicky Lawrence. Oh yeah.
Vicky Lawrence.
Vicky get the vote. Vicky want the vote now. But everybody Jim Baker now. Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. So I'm not even sure where Andrew is. This person, yeah, she has this one.
You can do it. What time?
My sister don't know how to take H2O. Just hanging out with my classmates.
This has certainly been an enjoyable reunion, hasn't it?
The best I've seen yet.
The best you've ever seen. The class of '60, first class.
All kind of conventions are more expensive, but this is the best.
The very best, because the class of '60
Even some international
planning and executing.
That's when they
Reference by L'Oreal. Yeah, tell it like it is. Tell it just like it is.
They came up and I was waiting on my board. And the board came back in December, and I got out in January. All my leave that I had on books, I lost.
Did she get a prize at home?
I got to see how many kids I'm going to get back to my so I know how much money because I need to go upstairs.
I'm gonna get me some more watermelon.
Evelyn. Excuse me. Tell Evelyn I'm going and I get my pocket.
Okay. I'm getting all of you. I got plenty. Good. Got it. Thank standing right
Right. I hadn't heard that name in a long time.
I know it. I thought I was in
Y'all be right, y'all free now,
because I was going, No. Give us an observation of the reunion weekend. What did you think about it?
Well, I think it was very well planned, very well put together. I'd like to commend the committee for putting this together.
The microphone. And we want to first acknowledge Mal, who wants a name on the tape. Bo, Lillian, the whole gang, the entire crew. David, you've done an excellent job, and we thank you. Those of us who were sitting back waiting for plans to be implemented are really grateful for all that you've done.
And we're looking forward to
the cruise and to 1995.
And hope you continue doing the great work that you did on this cruise coming up. Because we're going to sit back and wait for you to do that also.
Oh, yeah, those of us who tend to sit, we continue to sit. Keep up the good work, and happy 30th class of 1960 for the Washington High School Norfolk.
And we'd also like to say congratulations to the class of 1965 who really have their 30th coming up this Friday.
And we'll be there, except we hear that the tickets for one dance is $30.
Oh my God!
Is it different than that one being up night and this one here? Don't work on it.
You did take This is what it takes to have a successful reunion. Money, cooperation, teamwork. Even in playtime, the class of 1960, keep one thing in focus, that it costs to have fun.
That's yours right
That was a good trip. I'm gonna come and give you some lessons. We're gonna take up to the Salvation Army. Oh, okay.
Come on, girls, it's time to go.
Very good.
Check them out, see when they get them.
Welcome again to another successful class reunion of 1960. We enjoy putting this together. We enjoy the cooperation of those who have come from away as well as those here. We look forward to our next endeavor, which is 1995, where we will get the same participation. And the one thing I have to say, that I hope those of you who are viewing this tape will understand that it takes your participation to make sure that your friends and your fellow classmates will have the desire through your advertisement to participate in the next reunion.
Class reunion was beautiful, lovely 3 days. 4, should I say? Looking forward. to 1995 and the cruise in 1991.
Collect any money. We ended up with a little bit of money in the bank. I'm real pleased with that. We just finished up with the final tally. Thank you all for participating. Thanks again, as Bobo has said, for everyone that helped us out, and for a successful 30th year class reunion. Again, thank you.
We hope to see you again, and we really love you. God bless each and every one of you, and we hope to see you at our next class reunion. We love you.
There's been so many things that held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together, we're polishing up our